So TikTok pays around 2 to 4 cents for every 1,000 views, which if you compare that to YouTube ad revenue, on YouTube you can earn 1 to 3 cents per 1,000 views. So at first glance, it's comparable, even slightly better. Although when you factor in that short form content typically performs much better on TikTok and long form content typically performs much better ad revenue wise, at least on YouTube, you start to see the bigger picture. And once accepted into the creator rewards program, any video that's posted that's longer than 60 seconds that gets more than 1,000 views is then eligible for monetization, which means on TikTok you can put in a lot less effort to monetize videos, being that you only need to edit together around 61 plus seconds instead of the typical multi-minute minimum video that you'd upload to YouTube. And that makes it extremely attractive, right? One, for anyone that's trying to get paid for their views on their videos and looking for the best place to spend their sweat equity and upload those videos to. But also two, for anyone already doing YouTube or even faceless YouTube videos that can also post those videos to TikTok as well, or even clip those videos down a little bit and post multiple segments of each. And this is the perfect place to combine for someone like me who's already creating videos for faceless YouTube channels, because now I can get paid extra just for posting them to TikTok as well. I love it. Now, to get accepted into the program, you do first need to be at least 18 years old. You also need to have 10,000 followers, and your videos need to have received over 100,000 views within the last 30 days. But once you're eligible, you can apply right from the TikTok app by going to the top right, then going to Creator Tools, and again, under monetization, just like all the other ones, click Creator Rewards Program. On both pages that I've activated this on, I was approved in less than 48 hours. The one was approved in like a few hours, so they won't make you wait very long before you can actually start earning some ad revenue after you apply. Once you're eligible for TikTok's Creator Rewards Program, you'll need to know what to actually post to actually then make some money. Now, I want to stress that you can't just repost other people's content. Trust me, I've tried several different methods to do so now, and it just doesn't work. When I initially started, I thought just like clipping down and re-editing other people's content was a clever way to make some easy money on TikTok. However, I learned that this approach might not be the best for building a long-term sustainable page that's successful over time. The goal of anything like this isn't to just create content, but to ensure it grows, attracts more viewers, and that the page reach grows over time. Sure, on TikTok especially, any of your videos can go viral, but none of us want just one viral video. You want a page whose baseline views are growing and growing and growing. So every new video that you put out gets more initial views, even if it quote unquote flops. So why settle for just mediocre re-edits with no differentiation when you can aim for excellence and actually try to make some real money with this? The way I see it, trying to cut corners in content creation, whether it's this or YouTube automation or personal, like whatever, is a risky strategy that could cost you more in the long run. Not to mention with TikTok especially, it can end up with your page getting banned. So what does work, right? Well, there's 3 approaches that I've been using that have worked consistently. So the first method that you can use, I like to call the volume approach. Now, this involves using an AI editor like InVideo AI or Simplified AI, which are both ones that I recommend. Using these softwares, you can literally input either a full script if you have one already, or you can just add a few key points about the video that you want it to create in its entirety, and it'll spit out a complete video for you with visuals, B-roll, and great sounding AI voiceover in literal minutes. Now, I won't get too much into how to use InVideo AI or Simplified AI because I've done complete tutorials on both of them recently. So if you want to check them out, I'll link both of those at the bottom of the description if you want to learn more. Now, obviously, the drawback of this approach is that often your videos won't be as high quality as videos that would be made by someone if you hired it or if you spend a lot of time on it yourself. But the benefit of this approach is that you can create so many videos very fast and very cheap, which can help you get started making some money quickly, prove the concept, and inspire you to invest more time or effort or money into it. Plus, it lets you test a lot of different topics and formats in a very short time frame, which can give you valuable feedback on what works and what doesn't before you invest any real-time editing videos yourself or paying an expensive editor to do it for you without that proof of concept. And that leads me to the second approach, which is the approach I've been testing a lot more lately that I actually do more of. It takes a little bit of money to create videos like this, full disclosure, but the videos that are created are much higher quality, and typically videos contain take off exponentially, especially on platforms like TikTok. Now, as Mr. Beast said, it's easier to create one video that gets 10 million views than a bunch of videos that get 100,000. And that's because quality matters and views are exponential everywhere, but especially TikTok. So for this, I'll typically use ChatGPT to come up with a good script that's roughly a minute and a half. I've found that that's a good sweet spot where you can still keep the videos somewhat short and cheap to create, but are also obviously over that 60-second mark comfortably so that you can monetize them. Then I'll head over to Fiverr and hire someone to record a few of these voiceovers at a time, since they typically charge based on how long the end result is. So for instance, if someone charges $5 for 500 character scripts and one of my scripts is only 200 characters, well, obviously I'm going to try to set something up with them where they can do 2 for that price, or maybe even 3. Then I'll also hire someone off Fiverr to edit either motion graphics, which can tend to cost more, or even whiteboard animation videos, because these have been my go-to lately. In my opinion, they're enticing enough to be entertaining with the right script and topic, of course. And they're also short enough where they're not that expensive to produce. And I don't know about you, but I've never really seen a lot of these types of videos on TikTok, but I see them all over YouTube. So at the very least, I think my page is different, which leads me to my third and final way. And that's to simply just clip videos from my YouTube automation channels into shorter form content that's obviously longer than 60 seconds and posting those videos to my monetized TikTok pages. I do this with a software called Simplified AI, which makes it so easy and so fast. And I did a complete tutorial demonstrating exactly how you can do that with Simplified as well. So if you want to check that out too, also linked at the bottom of the description. Now, this obviously assumes that you've already produced your own content for YouTube. I would not recommend trying this approach on someone else's content, or you're setting yourself up for failure on that page. But that's everything I've learned in my first month on TikTok's creator program. And in my opinion, it is a massive opportunity that not enough people are taking advantage of yet, especially if you already have content for YouTube or something like it.